All right, everybody, we are back, and it is time for None to One with the Messenger.
Yo, what's up, everyone? I'm None to One, 021, whatever you want to call me, and I'm going to be running the Messenger 8-bit new game plus to be decided. And hello?
I was going to say that the winner is going to be New Game.
Oh, new game. All right, no love for new game plus. I see.
New Game Plus, no!
It was a very
knew
close
you
race.
well.
It was super close.
All right.
No.
Well, all right. I'll try my best to play new game. But yeah, my commentators with me are the 70 Sins and Minfins. If you guys want to say hello, just go ahead. Or not. Okay.
Minfin, would you like to introduce yourself? He has superiority and seniority over me, so he has to go first.
All right. Well, my name is Minfin. I do run the Messenger. I have top 10% runs in just about every category in this. I'm generally running any percents, and normally not on the commentary side. Usually 7D is on commentary with me. So 7D, go ahead.
The commentary duo. What's going on, everybody? My name is 7D, or the 7D Sins. I, too, am a huge advocate of this game. I speedrun the 8-bit category, any percent, sort of kind of every category. And this 8-bit category is beautiful. Kind of disappointed that we won't get to see the New Game Plus shenanigans, but this game is still just as good. I hope you guys enjoy holding right, because we're going to be doing a lot of that. This game is fantastic, and it kind of blasts off right from the very get-go. So are you feeling prepared, None? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty ready. All right, so from 3.
Let's start holding right.
All right, so
got, that countdown going.
Yep.
All
So
right,
yeah, from 3. So 3,
3,
2, 1, go.
So this is The Messenger, made by Sabotage Studios. I believe it was made in 2018, and it was marked the best indie game actually of the year. For fantastic reasons. It's pretty much the spiritual successor of Ninja Gaiden. It has lots of different elements of Mega Man, Shovel Knight, a lot of these platformers that you've come to know and love. And the beginning stage is pretty much just like a tutorial, kind of getting you used to the jump arc and this new mechanic that they added to the game, which is called cloud stepping. So every time you swing your sword at something, you can see Ninja gets this thing underneath him, the cloud that appears, and that's just an indicator that you have another jump. So pretty much the whole idea is you keep hitting things and you keep jumping. And while that seems really simple at first, it gets kind of really convoluted and crazy in the way that we use it. And, oh my god, our village is attacked! Wow!
Oh no.
So, exposition time. It's the big baddie. He's ugly and has 4 heads. We don't ask why.
By the way, Squaw, you know,
Ah!
I'm the Western hero about to save us.
So this is the Western hero, the guy that we've been learning about in our ninja history lessons. We don't really know what they are, other than they're really strong and they have a cool looking bow. And then he goes, "Hey, nice to meet you. Here, take this piece of paper. Hey, that's nice. Thanks for the paper. What does it do?" And the Western hero goes,
Yoink.
"I don't know. Bye."
And with that, we're leaving the Ninja Village to start a great adventure. So yeah.
It's like a minute and a half cutscene that we have to go through, and then we start into Autumn Hills, or as a lot of us 8-bit runners try to finish call is Reset Hills.
Reset Hills.
Reset.
So much to do here. Yeah, I don't know if you were going to touch on T-Boost here, but that's part of the reason that I call it the... Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so, because it's... Well, there is a thing that we call T-Boost. I didn't see none do it there, but what we can do is any...
for safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, opting for safety, but any of the, like, usually the green monsters we have right there, they take more than one hit. So anything that takes more than one slash to hit generally pushes the ninja away. So we can time certain keys to be able to take advantage of some frame pushes by using them to help us get in one direction faster than the other. So we'll be holding one direction, briefly tap the other, and it pushes us forward. But now we're in our first shop, and we needed...
Hi, Choppy! Hey, bud!
Oh yes, hi, Choppy.
Yeah, see, you almost forgot. That's okay.
Yeah, I quickly forgot.
And
So
that was not a mistake. None did not forget to go to the shop and then remember to go to the shop. He needed 40 time shards, so he picked up that last one.
yeah.
So the first upgrade that we got just now was the ability to hit enemy projectiles, which is very, very important because, as you can see, it gives us a cloud step, and is really some of the only things that we can use to progress through some of the stages. But the one thing that Minfin didn't mention about the T-Boost was that because the way that the game sort of sends you backwards when you hit something, you have to pretty much turn around right as you hit your slash on these enemies or even an object with more than 1 health, like the Switch, for example. You have to turn around for really only a frame or as close to a frame as you can get to give yourself that forward boost. Otherwise, you'll actually just boost yourself straight into the turtle. So every time you go for these turtle boosts, while they look cool and they feel fast, you know, you can get yourself hit and put yourself in a really awful position. So now we just get to kind of chill and be underwater and appreciate the amazing sound design that came from Rainbow Dragon Eyes. Yes, that is a weird artist name, and yes, he is phenomenally, fantastically weird, and we love him for it.
Yep.
He created one of the coolest soundtracks of any video game ever, and I still listen to it to this day, and I speedrun this game all the time.
Alright, so yeah, coming up is Tower Skip, so I'm going to try to utilize the enemy projectile to, or not, but go over that tower of spikes. But I didn't get it, so I'm just gonna opt to go under it and just keep moving forward. So yeah.
Spike Tower Skip is one of the first, like, quote-unquote skips, because it's not really like a huge skip, but there are lots of things like that where you can use the extra height with some of these things that the game developers didn't really intend for you to be able to get over that. So, first of many silly things that we can do with the cool movement options we've been given.
Yeah.
Now we just gotta get to hold right.
Yeah. Well, a lot of this game is holding right, but that tower,
like any good platformer,
and there's a couple other points to where you seem to look like you're going over the top of the screen. And this game is the no out of bounds category, but there's not a ceiling right there, and there's a couple of the spots where it's like that, so it's not considered going out of bounds just because you're on top of an object that doesn't have a ceiling.
Yeah, the technical out of bounds, pretty much like the thing that makes out of bounds in this game, because there's lots of places where Ninja can accidentally go out of bounds or in kind of like a weird way. So the way that they said it was, they came to the conclusion that, good God, words. They came to the conclusion that pretty much if you go out of bounds in a static boundary, something that doesn't move, then you're out of bounds. But if there's just like a platform that happens to be on the top of the screen, or a crusher, for example, which you'll see later, things that basically move in and out of a wall, you can actually clip yourself into those, and those are really obnoxious. But we don't consider that out of bounds because that happens all the time. Also, hi, Choppy.
Hey, Shelby, we're back. So we needed 135 shards for this one because we're getting 2 abilities. One, which is crucial for doing a 1 cycle on this boss, and that's the shurikens, because we need it for extra damage. The other one is called Second Wind, which allows us to do air recovery from taking damage, so we don't just continuously fall till we hit the ground. We can hop up, and it actually gives us a cost of 2, which is great.
So yeah, I'm just trying to do a 1 cycle right now. If I can just, okay, I did. So yeah, just
nice.
spam slash and shurikens, and that will allow you to just do 1 cycle. And
something called a scary berry that you can do here, where you pretty much wedge yourself in the corner. You end up taking damage at one point through the boss fight, but you're still maintaining that like perfect hit rhythm. And that's really hard. All it really saves is the travel time between the wall and where Ninja was just now. So it's like a 0.2 second time save, but it feels good to hit. Also, nice level. It's over.
Yes.
Yeah.
For long tempo.
That is one of the harder.
I really like
levels
that
in
song,
the game.
and you don't get to hear it in this category, unfortunately. That was all you got.
Yeah.
Hi, Necro.
Yes.
Hi, Necro.
Dead things,
Yo, Necro.
and he's here in the layer of the dead. So, those are the Phobikins. That's a mechanic of the game that you won't really see because we're running the 8-bit category, which is sort of like the first half of the game, really. But the Phobikins act as sort of like an unlocking feature for the last bit of the game, where there's like a bridge, sort of like if you played Legends of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, you have to get all the medallions in order to go to Ganon's Tower. It's very similar. Also, hello, Ruxton. Here's our first quote-unquote villain. He's a little bit lost in what we call life, and he's just trying to figure it out. There's this real scary staff he picked up, and it tells him to do really evil, scary things, and Rustin's like, well, okay, you seem powerful, I'll listen to you.
Oh yeah, by the way, we're in the catacombs right now, so you're gonna see me try to just catch a lot of cycles in this stage, so
yeah, we pretty
just
much
going
went through all
fast.
this level
cycle
Cycles
combs.
the level. Yeah.
I call it cycle combs just because
Cycle combs.
It's
Yeah,
great.
that's a good name for it.
Yes.
yeah. So cycles in this game. So you have enemy cycles which don't start until they actually appear on the screen, and then you have global cycles like these crushers. Those start as soon as you enter the room. So in order for us to beat certain cycles, we have to be on a very specific pattern, give or take, in order to hit those cycles once we enter the screen. So we need to know exactly where we're at. So for anybody who has played Celeste, it's kind of like how when you die, cycles are a little off because you got the reanimation sequence that kind of happens. So it's kind of a similar thing. If you're a little off, the cycles are going to change.
Yeah, that completely affects the way that you're going to do each individual room. Although the nice thing about this game, for the most part, is that if you just reload a room, like you exit and re-enter a room, the cycle will have pretty much just reset. So you can use that to kind of abuse, like, oh, whoops, I messed up a quick little movement. You just leave and come back and you reset it. You can do it again. Speaking of reset, this is one of the reasons that the top level players reset. This is called, this is our first actual skip in the game. Really, really hard. It's called the Donkadunk.
Nah, I'm not
There's
gonna get
a
it. Nah.
cutscene right here that you've seen just loaded.
Yeah.
You could actually jump over the trigger of this cutscene and try to maintain cloud steps on the top part of this level here. It's like a one frame or like a 1 pixel jump to get past that,
Dang.
that lower wall there. And it skips the Ruxton cutscene appearing and you having to kill these Wizrobes. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a huge time save, but it feels good to hit nonetheless.
Also, it's free in New Game Plus. Yeah. So.
Yes, yes,
Yep.
it is.
It is free in New Game Plus.
Shoutouts to the best movement mechanic in the game, which if you haven't played the game, I'm not going to say it because that'd be a spoiler.
Mhm. We are not
We'll
trying to
see one of
slow
the
you.
best movement mechanics later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
True.
that's kind of the beauty of this game that I didn't touch on previously, was that sort of the ramp up of difficulty. Similar to Shovel Knight, how you sort of start at a base level, or even Mega Man X for that matter. You begin with a certain amount of movement mechanics. You don't even have the dash, and you keep going. And as you play levels, you get faster and you get access to more things. And that's the way this game works. And it feels really good to get used to a mechanic in one level, and then you're given a new one, and you get used to it on that level. It's just, I don't know, it's something about the ramping of difficulty they did really well in this game.
Very good.
Alright. But I'm on my way to fight Spooky Boy Ruxton. So yeah.
Ruxton! Hi,
Ruxton.
Ruxton! So we
Pretty
want
cool.
him to go high.
Everybody wave high in chat because we want high Ruxton.
Hi,
It's a
Ruxton!
50-50 chance. We
Look at
want
him,
to
he's
sway
so
the RNG.
cute.
Okay, let's go.
In that robe. No,
Oh,
he does
yeah.
not. He went high! Oh my god!
Oh my
What a
god.
homie!
Let's go. Alright, I might have missed the one. Okay, I missed by like one hit.
Let's go!
Alright.
That's
So
That's
that
a huge time save.
yeah, it saves like about 10-13 seconds, I believe, if
Yeah,
he
it's
goes
like
high.
13 seconds at max,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. And if he just
It
goes low,
saves a good
then
chunk. It's great.
yeah.
The cool thing about the low fight is that you actually get to witness the way the fight works. Is there's certain ways that you have to throw the shuriken in order to get like optimized fight. But if he goes high, you don't get to see the fight at all. You just wail up on him.
You ready, 70?
Absolutely. I like Chinese food. Chinese food is good for you. I like to eat Chinese food, and Chinese food is yummy too. If you like me too, you will bring me Chinese food because it is so yummy. Did I mention I like Chinese food? Yes, I did meme on all of you. However, yes, those are the lyrics to this song. Rainbow Dragon Eyes created this tweet a long time ago as a joke. Somebody said like, "Hey, did you ever have lyrics in mind for any of these songs?" And this was the tweet he posted. And it got so many likes and retweets that he was just like, "Actually, you know what? This was not a joke. I actually meant that these were the lyrics of the song." It's a hilarious story, and I love telling it because it just points out the beauty and silliness that is Rainbow Dragon Eyes. I love him so much.
But yeah,
Also, apologies if that did not sync up, such as streaming issues, but we'll just hope it did.
But yeah, this is Bamboo Creek, by the way. So it's
Yeah, that
pretty
was the
hard
Bamboo
stage.
Boogaloo.
Yes, Bamboo Boogaloo, great song, my personal favorite.
And in Bamboo Creek, we get the added mechanic of switches. And as we mentioned previously, you can T-boost on switches. And the one thing that we did mention previously is that T-boosts are very obnoxious to do, so we won't be seeing a lot of them. But here we come up to one of the cooler skips in the game, N2 skip.
God
It's a
dang it,
very
again.
difficult series of jumps. We like to attempt the N2 skip a couple of times, and if we don't get it, we ride the elevator of shame. We take that L. On
The elevator as
yeah.
that's
The elevator of shame.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You know, if you sit there for a couple of minutes trying N2 skip, you'll go nuts. So thank God that elevator's there.
all right. But yeah, we're just coming close to the end of this stage, so I want to have at least 251 time shards to go with my next shop visit. So I think I'm looking pretty good right now. So just need to get.
You're fine.
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, I'm like
and
totally
the
good.
only really thing to say about this room, we call it jump program. There's a very specific way to handle that room, but it feels really good when you do it right.
It feels really
That's what
good.
we say.
And if you'd like to,
Great.
there's probably just enough room for donations. If you'd like to get in a couple real quick.
All right. Well, there is one thing I want to mention that isn't quite a donation, but it does have to do with a donation. Is that after we close the category bid war for this game,
No
we
way.
have opened 2 new bid wars for Stardew Valley, which is
Alright.
happening later tonight. We have the character that you would like our farmer, which I believe is our playable character, to appear as. And then we also have the option on whether we want to adopt a dog or a cat.
Oh.
So make sure you get your money in for one of those if you're interested.
Get the doggo!
No, I like get the cat, please.
Actually, who am I kidding? The cats are awesome.
Yes.
Also, hi, Shoppy.
Wait, oh, yeah,
Shoppy,
bye.
thank you. See, the host understands. I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but thank you so much.
Yes.
That's actually very relevant. Shoppy will get mad at us if we talk to him.
Yes.
That's actually one of the things in the game that I appreciate. If you've ever played this game, please read every single bit of the dialogue. It's amazing. Shoppy will actually get frustrated with you if you don't talk to him.
No, I think if he talked to you, I asked him about the closet.
Yeah,
That'll-
well, also, there's an option to chat and he'll tell you stories, and if you don't listen to any of them, like halfway you ask him to tell you a story, he says, "Oh, what's that? You actually want to talk to me now? Well, I'm sorry, maybe you should go back to the other shops and listen to some of my stories to me." My bad.
This game is so good, man.
Shoppy's only existence is to help you, and you're ignoring him, so he feels kind of bad.
All right, DK step, let's go. So I'm gonna try to catch
This
this
is a very
cycle.
difficult, basically perfect movement skip where you sort of wedge yourself that.
Oh,
right
that was a
before
great.
second
No!
Oh.
That's really hard.
Uh,
He was about to get it, but it's really hard to.
Yeah.
You pretty much have to cut every corner in this room.
yeah.
Still good attempt
he
though.
he had room to not even have what's dubbed a butt scratch on that if he didn't bonk. He would have had
Yeah.
that clean. 'Cause
Yeah, you
I
actually
know.
had it.
I have
But
survived
He
a number
got
of
scared
butt
at the
scratches.
end, which I would have too.
Yeah, it's a really tight script to go for, so
Yeah.
I'm glad I almost got it though. But yeah, Hal and Gretel, pretty simple stage. You get the wingsuit, so you can just fly around anywhere. You also get the wingsuit slack, I believe that's what it's called. So you just
Yeah,
be able to attack in the air.
And that's
And-
why we wanted our shards to for the entrance of that shop, was because the wingsuit slash
Yeet.
gives us access to yeets. The wingsuit slash gives us access to lots of different things, but just mainly because it's the only thing that can hit below us. And if you notice just now how Ninja just went super fast out of the water, the other thing that we purchased was the swim boost, which puts you at max speed. If you jump out of that swim boost, you'll see you carry that speed pretty much until you touch anything, and that's called a yeet. And that's the first that you see, and I believe it's really the only yeet in this particular category.
Yep.
But in conjunction with the wingsuit attack, you can sort of pogo off of things and keep that max speed, and you can go flying with the yeets. It's really cool, but they're really hard.
Yeah, it's actually the only yeet you see in 8-bit and linear, unless you're in New Game Plus. Otherwise, the rest of the yeets aren't until the full any % game. Which, if you want to see those, check out
Please-
the leaderboards.
Yeah,
on
please
Speedrun.
check out the 80% for this game. It is crazy.
It
It's
is
kinda long
really crazy.
comparatively to this category, but that's okay. Here we count to 7. 6, 7. This is
And then
just pretty much count to 7, throw a shuriken, and you can 2-cycle this boss pretty easily.
Alright. So
The main
1,
mechanic
2,
is
3,
that
4, 5.
once you break the middle piece,
Oh, I really
Ooh,
just got
sure-
baited.
Wow, that
Okay.
happens sometimes.
Alright, that never happened to me before.
His projectile can be kind of trolly and is random, and sometimes his projectile will be right over.
Wow, okay. This is actually
That
bad.
happens sometimes.
Alright. So 3
That's
cycle.
okay.
Third cycle.
We're living. We just have to play these second cycle really safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So normally we would pretty much be on top of the hitbox that spawns, so we can just kind of spam on it and not care which direction they go.
Right.
But here, Nun's got to be really careful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Alright, just one more hit.
There is kind of a random pattern in all this.
Nice job.
Alright.
It's my job to give the commentators heart attacks, not the other way around.
Yeah, Nun sounds like
I'm
he's
sorry.
fine.
Yeah, I'm chilling, bro.
Trying to kill me on the comms.
I'm sorry.
That's
I
a
didn't
really,
mean to.
again, I like to talk about the dialogue because the dialogue's fantastic. So that boss, he actually tells you, I don't know why'd you attack me? And Ninja's like, what do you mean you attacked me? And so they're like, no, you attacked me first. So they explain that they just spent 3,000 years making that golem to attempt to dig faster into the caverns, and then you just blew it up. And so what happens is the golem is the bigger adult in this scenario, and they go, actually, you know what? It's fine. You know, mistakes happen. And you're just like, oh, wait, really? And the golem's like, yeah, you know what? Here, I'll start the draft out of here. You can leave. Like, you're fine. It's nice to meet you. And then just like, oh, thanks, man. And then you see the golem look up at you as you're leaving, like, hey, bye. And you finally leave, and Ninja, and he's just like, my golem. He was really, really sad. We tried to keep it in until you left.
Yeah.
But now we're at Quilt Marsh, which for the longest time was pretty much considered hold right the stage. And for the most part, unless you're opting for T-boosts, it pretty much still is hold right. There are lots of things here that can kill you
in the game.
Yeah, but for the most part, yeah, it's just kind of go right and dodge the things.
I didn't dodge
Yay!
that.
We use birds to our advantage. Heck, birds.
Birds. We love birds. Yep. Alright. Oh, I totally miscalculated that.
Slash is really, really finicky.
Alright. I'm going to try my best not to mess up that part anymore, but alright. But yeah, he's gonna use more shurikens at the switches, you know. He'll right again. Because we love holding right.
Yeah, what I like to think about this stage is this stage is almost like the break before the big crazy shenanigans that happen in the remainder of the run. The boss for this stage is actually pretty difficult to do really fast. And the stage right after the stage is insane.
Yeah, I love the stage.
Again, I will not. I'm not gonna say any spoilers because it's coming up soon. But you just gotta stick around for the next stage. But it's okay. Now we just gotta deal with ridiculously placed enemies. And we question the devs. Just kidding. We don't question the devs. We love
the
you.
devs are.
Please make another game.
Wait, they are.
Oh yeah, that's right. The
Wait, they
game's
are?
gonna come out very soon. Sea of Stars. Please buy it.
Oh yeah, that game. Oh yeah, that looks good. I
Demo's
totally
already
forgot
come
about
out,
it.
and people have already broken the demo. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Are you a part of that, Minfin?
Not of the breaking, but I had the demo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. I am unfortunately not part of the alpha or beta, so I didn't get to take part in the breaking of the demo. But it looks cool. Let's see if we can. We got good left entry here. This room is kind of notorious for breaking people's hopes and dreams. Okay, so
Not hitting it left
wants to
side.
happen, if you go fast enough, you can actually go around the right side of that platform. That's with perfect movement. Most people opt for the going around the left of that platform when it gets to the wall, but that is also very hard. So that's why I say that room just breaks hopes and dreams of all the runners.
And if you're godlike, you'll just beat it off to the right regardless. Now
So this boss fight. So you notice Nun followed her up to her ring. If you're able to do that, you can pretty much stop her from using her actual patterns. If you hit her a particular amount of times, she'll be forced to do certain parts of her animations. So here, he should have hit the correct 45 hits. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which brings her down, and she's just forced to come down to the end. That fight can be really obnoxious, and actually, you can use her to go all the way to the top of the screen and get out of bounds. The out of bounds category for this game is insane. You just start the fight and then you just leave. It's pretty funny. But
The new out of bounds category for this, I don't think you use her anymore.
of course not. It gets so broken. So here we go. The
Speaking of
name for the
break-
song is The Impossible Climb, for good reason.
Hi, Shoppy.
Hi, Shoppy! This is the most important visit in the whole game. We just got
Also,
the rope
last
dart.
one in this
Yes.
run.
It
Yes.
is not the grappling hook. It is not the whatever you'd like to call it. It is the rope dart. And the mantra of this game is rope dart everything. Rope dart makes you go so fast. You use it to climb faster. You use it to horizontally move faster. It just makes the game crazy.
Yep.
And there's glitches
And in
involved with it too.
Yeah. In some categories, you just completely break the way enemies work.
Yes,
I should know.
It's fantastic.
Wait.
That's one of the reasons why I mentioned go watch the 80% category. That's the one that I predominantly run, and there's so many glitches that involve the rope dart in that. But here we're just going to abuse how fast we move with the rope dart, and that's pretty much the entirety of Searing Crags. There's a couple of Monka-S sections that coming up, but for the most part, like I said, we're just kind of moving fast.
They're just gonna literally rope up everything. Yes.
I was gonna say
This would
Minton,
actually
unless
be
you
a
have-
really.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say this actually would be a good point for some donations if we
That's
have
exactly
any.
what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Climbing fast is all we're doing.
Still not much, but I will take this time to mention that on top of the Stardew Valley bid wars, we do also have the rolled out character bid war, which is, we're closing real in on that. Rolled out is the game after this one, so it's in 2 games. Right now, Snowcone the chicken still has a giant lead over the other 2, so make sure if you want to see someone else that you get your donations in.
Nice. Yeah, you gotta get your donations in for that.
But yeah, I'm coming up to the Sultan
That
Fellows
was a
fight.
nice climb, actually.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
That room can be really obnoxious. If you get one mess up in that room, the bird will just be in the wrong spot, and it's just. Ugh. But that's okay. We got to the bros. This is Kolos and Susie's.
Yeah.
Alright.
Kolos red, Susu's green.
The bros. The gimmick about this fight is that you can only hit Susie's from the front and Kolos from the back. Insert childish joke here. But we won't talk about that because this is a family-friendly stream.
You say as he's taking off his loins to do a
Yeah, that was kind of a perfectly timed attack. Thank you, Susie's, for that. So this boss is very much so RNG, the brothers. They have,
Oh, that's
as you can see,
horrible RNG,
they'll sometimes
yeah.
do the dual attacks, which we don't want to happen. They take the most amount of time, and as you can see in the background, Susie's actually had like the stars on his head, which meant that he was dead. So if Kolos did just a one-off attack, something by himself, then the fight would have ended way sooner.
Right. He did actually. You know, I think I was wrong. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's the end of the fight. And they're just
Now
gonna
they
kick
kick us off to one of the coolest songs.
in the best level.
coolest song in the
Yes.
game, and
Yeah.
the best vertical climb section. So the Searing Crags
Couple
is
plays
sort
if you
of
have 'em.
getting used to the rope dart, and once you're used to it, now the game's like, all right, have fun. And yes, shovel please. This song is godlike. Doing this stage right just feels so good.
Yep. Well, it's a great stage to chill out on, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I messed up. I messed up.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
Come on, Boney Hawk, help us out here. There we go.
Alright. Yeah, I'm
Now,
just gonna
there's
stick right
actually-
there in this. Yeah, this is so
There's
good.
actually a glitch coming up, which I always realize if I don't talk about it like 5 minutes before it comes up, this game goes by so fast that I don't have time to talk about it, period. So,
Yeah, 'cause it's gone.
so there's a glitch coming up called a just import, which this will be the potential second opportunity you can see in this category. The first one was in Searing Crags, but it's really hard to set up. But what a just import is, basically, if you kill an enemy with your rope dart, before your rope dart actually fully connects to it, so an example is that you throw a shuriken while throwing your rope dart at the same time. If that same type of enemy is on screen as your rope dart moves the screen, you will actually teleport to the enemy that appears. Because what happens is, you teleport, you rope dart to an enemy. Let's say it's a bird in this example. The game gets confused, and as the bird dies, and then your rope dart completes, and the game goes, well, I just rope darted on a bird. So what do? And then if a bird appears later on screen, the game goes, that's the same enemy, and it teleports you to that enemy. It's really cool. They're called Adjusted Port for the guy who founded it.
And fun part is you are technically kind of teleporting to the same enemy, because the devs actually explained how that works when they had a showcase on it. They basically have a pile of reused assets, so when you kill something, it's reusing the assets later on. So you're not teleporting from point A to point B. You're teleporting from point A to point A.
The exact same enemy. Yeah, it's a cool way to conserve memory in that instance.
I am choking so hard.
Pretty cool use of memory, but that's okay. The end of Glacial is always Monka S. That top part. If you mess up one jump, you mess it all up. That's how it goes. But we made it. We finally made it to the top. And they're like, hey, hold the scroll up. No, idiot. Hold the fire. There you go. You did it. And now, we had no idea what we're doing. We carried this piece of paper up to the top of the mountain. That's what the guy with the bow told us to do. We don't really know much further than that. We were told to hold the scroll above our heads higher. And now this giant temple appears. And they're like, yeah, go in it. Nothing scary will be in here. Other than the death of your run. Welcome to Tower of Time, aka Tower of Tears or Tower of Time Loss.
It's hard. It's super hard. Yeah.
The stage hurts your soul. So up to this point, spikes have been the most damaging resource in the game. They do 3 damage. Lasers, everywhere in this stage, do 4. So basically, heck you. It's great, and we love it. And hopefully, we're going to skip some lasers right here. This is called Hail.
Oh no, I messed up.
Okay. So it's really, really precise. Pretty much, you use the damage boosts going through the lasers. He did one there. And you can get through that entire room. But the scary thing about that strat, as you can see, is it leaves our friend at 1 health. And this is an example of why the Crusher clips are not considered out of bounds, because our run would have just become invalid because we were going fast, and that's not very good.
And they can happen by...
Wow, okay.
Again, the reason why this stage is scary. So that's the death mechanic. Hi, Quarble.
Oh, hi, Quarble.
Yo, Quarble. What's up?
He basically helps you transcend death and time by bringing you back to a certain point, but he takes your money by doing it. So, mutual beneficial.
There we go.
Great.
He's a greed demon. He's greedy.
Yeah, he's actually called a greed demon. That's what they're called. Their only existence is to make money.
Alright, coming up, I'm gonna do Levi special, so wish me luck.
Nice. So this is pretty much a combination of a few frame perfect jumps. Nice.
Great, and
It's
then...
harder than it looks. Just skip the one
is.
laser cycle.
Alright, 1 cycle, let's go.
Ooh! Nice.
Alright.
There we go. Crystal abuse on the way out. That was clean.
Alright, you have to make up for the death. Oh, wait, I can do the thing. I just now noticed that. Okay, wait, no, I still don't know how to do the spike thing, so...
Oh, you don't...
Yeah, you're at 4 health. Dang it.
Yeah, I don't know how to do the other one, so...
Are you gonna do the toothbrush, or are you just gonna do it normally?
I'm gonna do it normally. I don't know how to do the other way.
I respect that. I wouldn't go with the toothbrush here. So
I tried it before, and...
is pretty much, since he's at 4 health, he could have taken a damage boost off of the spikes on the thing that was coming down on the left, and then immediately try to jump up the entire right side of that wall with the damage boost, and it's really hard, particularly because there's gaps in the wall. And if your rope dart makes contact with any of those gaps, you actually get locked out of using the rope dart, so you can't use the rope dart climb, and you just get hit by it later, and it feels bad. So,
really bad.
I respect not going through that, but it feels good when you hit it, at least. Nice, we saved the optimal shuriken for the long haul.
No walk of shame here.
And here we're actually coming up to an interesting room that you can spend a decent amount of time in, and it looks really cool. There's multiple ways to do this. This, I believe, was going for the... That's not Oho Stealth Black. I don't know the particular name of that strat, but TLDR, there's a million ways to skin a cat, and that was one of them.
Yep.
And he went through it pretty nicely.
Yeah, we got the time waster room, which I'm sure that it's been noticed on a couple times this level, to where the ninja has hit a switch on the opposite side of a wall. So if you do the right kind of inputs, the actual range or arc of the slash actually does cut through the wall when you're hanging on a wall, and so enables you to actually hit the hitbox of the crystal. So the time waste room is just a little shorter when we do it that way.
Yeah, it looks really cool. You just cut a switch through the wall. It's because the sword animation actually starts on Ninja's hand. So if you start the sword animation and let go of the wall, Ninja's hand, like in the air animation, kind of goes through the wall, even though it's not actually touching it. And so that's the reason why it works.
Oh, they're doing a
So
thing.
here, final boss. All of the members of the order come together and use their power to basically test you. And they're like, are you actually worthy of being the messenger?
Yeah. And time will it be when this is done?
And this boss is really cool. One thing we didn't really talk about was how broken the rope dart is for its iframes. A certain part of its animation, you're completely invincible. And it's sort of spotty, so it's not the whole time. But if you use it properly, you can just stay in this energy ring and just kind of beat him up. Nun's doing a really good job of that.
Oh, time.
Holy crap!
That's time.
Okay. Did not expect that, but
That
damage
was a
list.
great
Yeah.
fucking goal. Holy crap!
Yeah.
I actually didn't have my timer on, so I don't know if that was a gold fight or not. So too bad.
What's the final time?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, what is the final time? If anyone knows.
I would need to see myself because with my setup, I don't have that up.
It
All
looks
right.
like a 3350 RT8.
Alright.
I just not hit.
Nice.
Yeah, all right. That's a good.
Jeez.
Thank you.
35 and 8-bit is super solid.
Yes.
It is.
Thank you. But yeah, that will be it for 8-bit of the messenger. This is not a long run. It's not the full run. So if you do want to play this game, go ahead. It's $20 on Steam. Not sponsored, by the way, but it's
No, but it's just worth it.
it's really
Kind of the
worth
beauty
it.
of this run is that you see 8-bit, but it doesn't spoil the whole game. It's pretty much like, okay, the game's about to begin from, but we're not going to show you that cutscene because we're not evil. So you should go buy the game and click that crystal after the boss fight. You should do that.
Wait, you said hit it? You said hit it, somebody?
No, don't do it! No!
All right, but
Don't ruin it for all of the viewers.
But yeah, that will be it for me. Thank you, 7D and Moonpins, for commenting my run. And shout out to the Bamboo crew. Very cool people.
Super awesome speedrun people.
Yes.
Just super awesome people in general.
It's very
Made a lot of good
amazing
friends in the Bamboo
people. Yes. And but yeah, just stick around for the next run, and that'll be it for me. So thank you again for having me.
Don't forget to donate, guys. There's a lot of awesome
Yes.
prizes.
Yes, donate, please, for a good
It's
cause.
all
I
for a
swear.
good cause. Well, you guys have an awesome day, and congratulations, Don. That was a great run.
Oh, thank you.
Always fun commentating
Okay.
with you, Minfin.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I will see everybody on Sunday when I'm running Kaze the Mall Mass.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh yes, of
Good
course.
luck on that one, man. I'll definitely be in chat.
Same.
All right, thank you, you three. That was a great run. And coming up, we are going to go to intermission before our monkey ball block begins. So stay tuned for that.
Nice. Monkey ball so broke.